Hey guys, this is Chris, the lower slower board gamer, and tonight we are going to learn how to play Hostage Negotiator by Ryder Games. It's a solitary play game, but it's very easy to learn. It plays really quick. It says 15 to 30 minutes, but once you get the hang of it, I'd say 20 minutes is a good play time on this. So let's go on down to the table. Let's see what's in the box. Hostage Negotiator. The fate of the innocent is in your hands. Of course, you have the rule book. You have the hostage mat. This is where you're going to keep track of the abductor's aggression towards you, how many dice you can roll. This is the threat level wheel. This is the conversation wheel. The hostages that the abductor has will go here. Ones you save go here. Ones he kills go there. You want to save more than die. Dom-de-dum. So we have that. We have our various cards that come with the game. This is, I don't know if there are expansions or not. This is just the original box itself. So there's nothing extra in here or that we're going to show tonight. Trying to get all the cards out. Bobbity-bo. We'll go over all this stuff. You have your hostages. The red meeple is going to be your abductor. This is going to be your conversation counter, the little talk bubble. And then you have your 5 conversation resolution dice. So let's go ahead and set up a game real quick. Why not? Because, you know, we can do that. So we're going to put the hostage negotiation one right there, I think, is a good place to start putting it. Let me adjust focus real quick, I think. Didn't want to do that. Am I getting it? Okay. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the basic abductor. His name is Arcane Masua. It's going to say here he starts with 7 hostages. So you're going to take 7 of your hostage meeples in this instance. And you're going to put them in the hostage pool on the mat. Like so. Now you are going to have, for each abductor, major demand cards that are associated with them. It has the picture of the abductor on the back of it. You're going to pick one of these, and this is going to be the abductor's major demand that needs to be asked about, maybe satisfied. Totally depends on how you run it. You'll have a second in command card. This is going to go underneath the card for your abductor, and it may come in at a later point. You're also going to select an escape demand. So yeah, mix these up a little bit. Then you take one at random and you put it underneath the major demand. The rest of these can all be set aside. Next, you're going to have terror cards, all red backed that say terror. You're going to shuffle these up like you do, and you're going to pick 10 of them at random. So we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take 6, 7, 8, and we'll take 9, 10. The rest of these get set aside. Then you're going to take a terror pivotal event, and this is going to be the final card. It will go on the bottom of that terror pile right there. So let's take one, put it there, and these will get placed like so. The rest of these get put aside. And then these are your conversation cards, and this is the heart of what goes on turn by turn. Let's take our conversation marker and put it on the call, the phone symbol there, which represents 0. We'll take the rest of these potential hostages and move them out of the way, but some of these cards are jerks, so don't maybe move them too far away. You might need to add some hostages. Ah, we found them hiding in the broom closet. They thought they were smart. No, they weren't. We got you. It also says that the abductor is going to start on the threat level of 4. Threat level? Yeah. So place him there, and you will see if he is soft or at 1, you get to roll 3 dice to resolve conversations. Anywhere from 2 through 6, you only get to roll 2 dice, and 7, you get to roll 1 die. How the conversations work. You are going to take a conversation that you have. Let's say we go ahead and take keep cool. There are different symbols that you will need to learn what they do. Anytime you see a representation of the threat level track and a number, that adjusts his stance or posture up or down that number. Anytime you see a little talk cloud and a plus or minus number, that is going to adjust your conversation level by that number. Sometimes if you don't have successes, it'll be a negative number, and you can go negative. Others that you're going to see, if you see a little cloud symbol and it has a red X through it, that means that you cannot do any more conversations that turn. You're going to have others where it is going to show you dice, and it's going to, this one is you get plus 2 dice to your next threat roll. So that means if you're at 4 and you get 2 dice, if you succeed on this conversation, then you get 2 extra dice to roll. A word about the dice. You have 3 sides that are blank. That don't do anything. 1, 2, and 3. 4 has a picture of 2 cards. 5 and 6 have these little crests on them. These count as successes. This can be changed. If you have cards in your hand, you can discard 2 of them face down, and you'll see on the back of them that 2 cards will change this into a success. So if you rolled that and you really wanted 2 successes and you had extra cards in your hand, you could discard 2 of them. 2 cards will change one of these into one of those. You can also discard these cards individually if you want to get another conversation point. 1 card will give you 1 extra conversation point by discarding it face down. We'll go over that and show you how to do that. Other symbols that you may encounter, you may see pictures of the green people heads. That represents hostages and kind of goes along with this. If you succeed, you would have however many hostages indicated released, which is a good thing. Then you have the red skull symbols. If you fail, that indicated number of hostages are killed. That is a bad thing. That is how you lose, one of the ways you lose the game. There are other symbols. I think there's one more we haven't covered, but I'm not sure, but that's okay. We are just going to go ahead and finish the setup. So we'll move the dice right here. You're going to take your conversation cards, and this is referred to as your available area. These conversations are available to be purchased at the end of your turn. It has a little talk bubble with a number. That is how many conversation points it costs to add this to your hand for the next turn. So let's put them all out. There are 6 that have 0. That is going to start as your hand. So you would take those into your hand on the first turn. You start with those. We have that. We have 2 of all of them on the bottom row, 1 of all of them on the top row. So these all cost 0. They have the blue 0 talk bubble on the bottom. So these are the cards that are going to be your starting hand, and there are 2 of each. Small talk, which increases your conversation points by the number depending on the successes you have on the dice. What are your demands? You can reveal a demand and take 2 conversation points, or take 1 conversation point. If you fail this card, you increase the threat level. And you have Keep Cool, where you can decrease the threat level by 1 here with 2 successes and take a conversation point, or no successes, lose a conversation point. And then whatever cards you have left over, you can keep. You don't have to use them all in the same turn. And when you get to, let's say we have 3 conversation points, you will leave your used cards over here to the side, and then you will spend your 3 conversation points. Say you want to take 1 reroll card. What I meant was, and you want to get conversation points up, so you're going to take just a few more minutes, because if you succeed at that, you get 4 conversation points. These will be added to your hand, whatever cards you may have left over, and then these cards are placed in their appropriate places to be purchased on the next turn, should you be able to and want to. And then you are going to flip over a terror card and do these one at a time. I don't care, I'm going to know what it is. In this case, a moment of weakness. He releases a hostage. That's always a good first step, opening things up really well. We'll know it's in there, but I'll move it further down in the pile somewhere. But glad that one's in there, because that's a good card to have. And then you go back to it again. You play your conversations, you roll for successes. You go until you are told to stop by a cloud talk with a red X through it, or you decide to stop because you want to keep the cards for later, or you have enough conversation points to purchase the cards that you want to add to your hand. Then you do so, and you put your used cards where they belong, flip a terror card over, go ahead and do what it says to say, and then go to the next turn. That's all that there is. So let us go ahead. It's only 12 minutes. Let's play a game. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long at all. So let's just make this a let's learn and play. Da-dee-da. Nope, that's a let's learn. That's the rules. We'll make separate videos. That's the way to do it, I think. So if you have any questions, comments, or anything about the rules, go ahead and put a timestamp down in the doobly-doo. Anything else that I may have missed, but I think I got them all. There's not a lot of rules, and it's a very easy game to learn how to play. So guys, this has been Chris, the Lower Slower Board Gamer, learning Hostage Negotiator by Ryder Games. Coming up shortly is going to be the gameplay for this. So thank you very much for watching, and keep on rolling.